Hi, Krystal Jackson with Barbee Jackson Insurance, here to talk to you today about Texas Garage Liability Insurance. So to start with, who needs the garage liability insurance? Well, it could be anything from a auto dealer, a repair facility, you could sell motorcycles, boats, any type of movable item. Now, let's also preface that in the state of Texas, repair facilities are not required to have garage liability insurance from the state. However, that doesn't mean that you're free from the liability that could be caused from your operations, and it's still advisable to purchase coverage. So, what is covered under a garage liability policy? The first thing is what you would expect, auto liability. So if you're driving a vehicle from the auction back to your facility and you get into an at-fault accident, it's going to pay bodily injury and property damages to the party that you hit. It will also cover other than auto, also known as premises liability. So if a customer comes to your facility, they trip and fall in a pothole, they get hurt, it will pay bodily injury and property damage. In the state of Texas, the minimum liability for either auto liability or other than auto liability is $85,000. The next part of coverage is the other than auto aggregate. This is going to be the maximum payout for claims for any other than auto claims. It's important to note that auto liability claims are not capped. For the other than auto aggregate, we typically would double the occurrence, the $85,000, making the other than auto aggregate limit $170,000. The next thing that we want to talk about is how are you using those vehicles? If you drive an inventory vehicle for personal use, then you would want to make sure that we add furnished auto coverage. This will provide protection while you are driving it for personal use. Without this endorsement, if you drive a vehicle home after work or to your kid's soccer game, that claim would be denied. The next thing we need to talk about that would be required for a Texas dealership would be the bond. In the state of Texas, the bond requirement is $25,000, and the bond is what protects the private parties, the individuals you might be selling vehicles to. So if they have a complaint about your operations or how you're conducting business and they file it to the state, that would be where the bond would come into play. So another coverage that is important for a dealership in the state of Texas, and this coverage is not required by the state. This is designed specifically to protect the business, is the dealer's open lot, also called the dealer's blanket coverage. What this will provide protection for is the inventory vehicles if they are damaged. Without purchasing this coverage, if you get into an accident or something happens that damages your inventory vehicles, there is no coverage. While it is optional, it is encouraged to make sure you are protecting your interest as a business owner. Another important coverage, if you are a business that does repair or service operations, you may also be a dealership that provides these services to your customers' vehicles as well as the general public, then you will want to include coverage called Garage Keepers Insurance. This is going to provide protection for non-owned vehicles while in your care, custody, and control. You would purchase this coverage at a limit that would be specific to the number of vehicles or value of vehicles that you would have at any one time. And this will provide protection if those items get damaged while you have them there working on them. We can also get into, there's very specific coverages, direct primary, legal liability, in regards to how the Garage Keepers coverage pays. And we have specific videos going into great detail about how this coverage works, should this apply to you. For more information, go to our website, barbeejackson.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a video.